Alright, I'm Jason Scheuer with Best Tex Contracting, and today we're setting up our string line for an ADU or an accessory dwelling unit, and we're in the city of Orange today. So this property here is got a lot of square footage, so they're allowed to add a detached accessory dwelling unit to their property. And as you can see in the background, my foundation crew is actually string lining where the building's actually going to sit, and this is the critical spot. We need to make sure that it is square and in the right locations off the property lines to make sure that we're not encroaching on either of the neighbors. So let me take you on over there and I'll show you what I mean. So one of the first critical spots that we're going to be looking at is we need to be 4 foot away from probably that metal fence post. And that is the neighbor's yard that you're seeing over there. Our accessory dwelling unit is going to be built right over here in this location. And so this is approximately 4 foot away from the property line. And then if you follow this line, we're about 4 foot away over there. And we'll make sure that we are square by doing what we call as a 3-4-5 triangle. But what that does is squares up our string lines and make sure that everything's in the right spot. So this is the back property line, and we need to be 5 foot away from that. So you can see our string line over there is approximately 5 foot away. And then this ADU is about 34 feet long, so this is our 34 foot long mark right here at that stake from that one way back over there. And so what we're doing now is we're trying to square it up approximately to make sure we're in all the right locations. And one of the other critical things is from this corner is probably the most critical, is that we got to be a minimum of 6 foot away from the existing building. And that's going to be kind of tough. But right now we're like 6'2", so we're good. Hopefully everything's going to line up. So if you can kind of see the footprint of what's going on here, this is kind of an L shape. So it starts over here. It's going to go back over to that far corner by the trash cans, and then it's going to wrap up over here somewhere like right over here, I think. So we're going to find those marks. We're going to make sure that everything's square and all of our line dimensions are properly set. And then we are going to be able to call for our first pre-construction meeting with our city inspector to make sure that everything is properly set before we start digging or troubleshooting. All right, so let's show you how we're going to square this one up. So we're 14 foot from that mark to this mark, and then we're pulling over here. I think it was 19 foot 10.
It is. It's right on too, yeah.
So it's right on 19 foot 10 right at this location. Let's check our dimensions from the set of plans that we have. Let me take you over here. So we were 33 foot 10 or 34 on this part. Now on this back side over here, it looks like we're 26. So we're gonna have to measure 26 feet from that back corner out to the front. So we're gonna go ahead and measure 26 foot.
We need the big.
So we'll show you how this process is actually done.
What is it, 20?
26?
26?
So what we'll do over here, we're gonna burn a foot
Yeah, so 27.
because it's easier to hold Yeah, so get your foot mark right there at that corner. It's easier to hold that and then burn an extra
Right
foot.
at this curb.
Try it at the curb.
That's past the sprinkler.
So if we look at the curb, we're 26
really
over.
close.
Or, because we burned a foot, we're 27. So we'll mark that right there. And then we'll do the same off of this other string. We'll come over 27. Let's show you that one more time.
You want me to go under there? No, why don't you do it?
Yes,
Okay.
probably go under that. We don't want to disturb our string line. So again, what we'll do is we'll burn a foot. And then we'll pull that line and we'll mark it at 27. See how it's marked at 27? Now we're approximately square. We'll set up 2 more stakes. We'll square that up.
Put a stake here and a stake there, Tony, and then draw.
And then we've got our building layout. And then what we can do from here is we can actually spray paint the dirt, as long as we don't have any more rain.
I'll leave the line up.
We can leave the line up, which is another way we can go, as long as no one hits it. But we'll double check before we. What's really critical is when it comes to actually doing the footing dig out and the forms of our concrete for our footings and our pad.
Outside the building.
That's where all these measurements that we're doing right now is super critical. So this is just a temporary
You're always inside.
guesstimation
Try to do it
of where the building's going to sit.
work with other people.
And more than likely, it's right on the money.
The concrete